Hey guys, wanted to make a quick video here on a frequently asked question about my truck, and that is the suspension setup. So let's talk about the suspension. So I've been running the suspension for about 15,000 miles and I am loving it, not one complaint about it. So I am running basically what is a Icon Stage 2 tubular upper control arms, a Icon 2.5 inch coilover in the front, and an Icon 2-inch shock in the rear. Now I do have some additional things done to the suspension, which I'll be glad to go over with you guys. Sorry guys, this truck does get used and everything is dirty and filthy. So let's talk about this suspension on the road. On the road, this thing is amazing. It's a lot smoother and it feels a lot more refined and controlled compared to how this truck felt with the Rancho shocks that came from the factory. This is an AT4. It was equipped with the really shitty Rancho shocks that most people hate. Some people do like them. I hated them. The truck just felt very squishy. It had a bunch of excessive body roll in my opinion, and I was just not happy with it. Now, initially, what I did do was I did get a leveling kit for it. I got the upper control arms and I got the spacer leveling kit from ReadyLift. Was it better? Yeah, it looked better, but it just rode like shit still, just like it did from the factory. I didn't like it. Now, I did some research. There was a couple options out there that were premium options. I didn't want to keep going through different suspension parts. So I wanted to get something that was really good quality. There's King, there's Fox, there's Icon. All three of them are expensive. They're in different price points, but Icon offered something without reservoirs, which I don't really need. At least not at the moment. Maybe in the future I'll upgrade to some reservoir adjustable shocks, but they had something that was really good quality. So I decided to try them out. I am absolutely happy with them. This truck in the road is a pleasure. Feels 10 times better than what it did with the Rancho shocks. Off-road. So before, the truck was just not performing off-road. I do like to drive dirt roads. A lot of them are washboarded out. They have a lot of deep ruts. They have a lot of deep holes in them. And it felt like with the Rancho shocks, anything over 30-35 miles an hour, the truck would just bottom out, especially in the front. It would just bottom out super easy. I hated that. So with these shocks, and I do have them adjusted so the truck is absolutely level. So it does have a little bit more preload than how they come out of the box. By the way, speaking about preload, guys, if you guys are going to get the coilovers, remember to order the keys to adjust them. They do not come as part of the coilover kit. You have to order the keys separate. Pretty stupid in my opinion, but whatever. It was like 30 bucks. So now with this suspension, I can go 50. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I just posted a video going down a dirt road 50 miles an hour, 50, 60, 65 miles an hour, depending if the road allows you to do it, you know, traffic wise and turns and all that stuff. The truck does absolutely great. It soaks up everything. The more speed you add to it, the smoother it rides. It stays very controlled all the time. It really likes that speed. At slow speeds, I will say they're a little stiff. Me personally, I like that. It gives it the trucker feel. They're definitely a little bit on the stiff side when you're going over rough terrain at very slow speeds. I don't mind it. If you guys are gonna be doing something like a rocky terrain where it's gonna be super bumpy and you have to go slow, best advice I can give you is lower the air pressure. Lower the air pressure to 25-20 psi, and you guys will be golden. That will take a lot of the small bump compliance and add it back into the suspension. So additions to the suspension, I did add Summo Springs. I got the blue ones, which are the lighter of the set, and let me see if I can get a good picture. Those are the Summo Springs right there. Reason I got those is more than anything, more than load, it's for the reason of body roll. So as soon as the truck dips, about 1 inch on either corner. These Summo Springs supported a lot more for body roll. Now it was much better once I put the suspension, but the Summo Springs definitely added that extra stiffness from a side to side movement. They also work as a progressive bump stop for a big jump or a big dip or anything like that. Let's just say, since I've had those on, I've never ever bottomed out the rear. They don't feel harsh on the road. As you guys see, they probably have, let me see if I can get a good angle, they probably have about an inch gap before they touch. You do not feel in the ride quality when they touch, but they definitely improve the ride to my liking. So highly recommend those. They definitely added to the quality of the ride. Other part that I think this is a must if you're going to do any suspension work to these trucks is only about $100, but go get yourself from Dirt King Fabrication these alignment cams. It's the bolt with the alignment cam, and as you guys can see, each position has a little hole there for that pin to go through. So what that does is that locks that cam into position, and it will not let it move. So regardless of how rough the terrain is or what you do to that, unless that pin breaks, that alignment is locked there from that cam. So that is a super good upgrade. If you guys look underneath your truck, the OEM one is slotted, as you guys can imagine, with a big bump, with a big hit, curbing the wheel. Those tend to move around, and it throws your alignment quite a bit out. So if you guys invest $100 into those bolts and alignment cams from Dirt King Fabrication, you guys will definitely get that money back in not needing to get an alignment, you know, anytime you hit a big bump or anything like that. If you guys have any questions on this, please let me know. I'm glad to answer any of the questions related to this suspension. Like I said, I'm very happy. It's not a budget suspension, but if you really want to be happy with what you got for a leveling kit, and you're not going to need an upgrade in the near future, this is probably as budget as you want to go. If you want to go as fancy as you can get, then you definitely can get something like, you know, King 2.5s, King 3.0s, but then you got to justify that big expense at that point. For my purposes, this truck, you know, most of the time it's on the road. I do a lot of road trips on it, so I had to find a happy medium. I didn't want anything to be too much of a sacrifice, and to be honest with you, this has been an absolute dream to drive. You know, I've gone to Tennessee on it and back. I do regularly for work 3-hour long drives once or a couple times a month regularly, and the truck is a dream. I wouldn't change anything about it. So if you guys like this video, want to see more stuff like this, more upgrades, please let me know, and I will make it. I will take requests on anything that you guys want to see about my truck, or any type of information you guys need help looking for. And that's it, guys. Have a great one. Bye.